First tonight at 5, students are making their voices heard after a racist attack at Shawnee Mission East High School.
It happened when a male student yelled racial slurs at a female student right before a fight at school. KSHB 41 obtained video of what happened. We blurred out the faces of everyone but Brianna Brown, who talked to us yesterday because they're minors. The video shows the white male student yelling racist slurs at a female student. The two then walk toward each other and a fight follows. The male student has been charged. We're not naming him because he's a minor. And yesterday, like we just said, we spoke with Brown and her family, who say her suspension is up, but she's not going back.
She doesn't feel safe, and I'm not going to send her if she does not feel safe. Why should I? If you guys can't protect my child, then why should I send her back? I shouldn't.
So the 15-year-old boy involved is charged with aggravated battery. Again, we are not saying his name because he is a minor. Tonight, in addition to the family, we're bringing you the voices of students who are supporting that female student and her family. A former Shawnee Mission School District DEI employee's thoughts on the issue as well.
And earlier this week, Shawnee Mission East students walked out of class in support of Brianna Brown. Today, students across the district at Shawnee Mission South High School did too. We talked with students who were there today, and another protest is planned for later on this evening. That's where you find KSHB 41 News reporter Leslie Delaspore. Leslie?
That's right, Caitlin. In about 30 minutes, there will be another demonstration here in support of Brianna Brown at the Shawnee Mission School District. But earlier today, students at Shawnee Mission South stepped out of class, hoping to see change.
We really just want to see something happen because nothing is not an option.
Standing up and walking out in the name of justice, students at Shawnee Mission South made their voices heard.
We really want change to happen, and we just care. We really do. We really care.
Hundreds of students poured out of the school to show their support for Brianna Brown, the young woman seen in this video here, who was left with a broken nose after being called a racial slur multiple times during school hours November 15th by a white male student. Some of her classmates from Shawnee Mission East were present Thursday to stand with peers.
We know that racism is bad, and we knew that it was bad, but we didn't know that it had got to a point where people would be so bold as to, act like that right in school hallways.
We're not only here to be a face. We are here to be comfortable, to do our work and go home.
Senior Ace Cofield organized the walkout at Shawnee Mission South, telling us he could not stand by and do nothing.
Speak up, to say something.
Leading the charge with the help of administrators and peers, he says the standard should be standing up for what's right.
There's hope, and that's really all we need. It's hope.
Now I first sat down with Brianna Brown and her family Wednesday night, but tonight at 6, you'll hear her full story of what happened November 15th. Live in Overland Park, Leslie Delaspore, KSHB 41 News.
Thank you, Leslie. And today we reached out to the district about the walkout. It said, quote, part of our responsibility is to help our students to find their voice. When they have things that they need to say, we need to listen and to hear them. The district has taken steps to improve its practices around diversity, equity, and inclusion. It hired its first ever DEI coordinator in 2019. And
since then, teachers and staff have received DEI training, and the district does say it does not tolerate discrimination. KSHB 41 I-Team reporter Sarah Blake talked to the former DEI coordinator, Dr. Tyrone Bates, who offered some insight on how school districts can build off of existing policies surrounding racism and hate. Sarah?
That's right. Dr. Bates said the incident at Shawnee Mission East shows that there is a need for more representation in schools, but also a need to continually reevaluate how its policies are working in real time. Dr. Bates says codes of conduct and policies are broad, and they sometimes don't account for specific incidents that may come up. He suggests the DEI role should include bringing students and even their parents into the process when creating these policies and include them from start to finish. Dr. Bates said he applauds the school district's move to focus more on DEI because all schools have a tough job.
They're taking on society's challenges and issues, right? And so my challenge to the Shawnee Mission School District is to seek a way to move the role of coordinator into maybe a senior level, a position that really directly connects with the superintendent. And right now there's a chain, and the chain works, but I think it needs to be closer.
Dr. Bates stepped down from the SMSD DEI coordinator position in June to start his own consulting firm where he does some of that same work with organizations. In the newsroom, I'm Sarah Plate, KSHB 41 News.
Thank you, Sarah. And again, that planned protest at Shawnee Mission South is expected to start in less than half an hour. We'll be there and bring you the voices of more students coming up tonight on KSHB 41 News at 6.